Alright, so I got a lot going on here today, and so when I have a lot going on, what I tend to do is add more to the plate, right? So anyway, we're gonna go and vlog the day. I'm gonna make some breakfast here, but this is my new G7X, my old G7X. Just what I used to do with the flip screen is I'd sit there when I had it in my pocket, just flip back and forth, just clicking it, and eventually the supports all wore out. So I had to get a new G7X, so I got a new fresh screen, new fresh microphone muff to make sure we don't have a lot of wind noise, or have hopefully any wind noise, and we'll carry this around today. My GH5 shows up today, so I'm going to start vlogging with that and doing 4K. Probably, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on 24 frames per second, but anyway, what I'm looking at here, what I've been working on this morning is working on learning a little bit more about editing. So I'd like to start color grading my videos here soon, just make it more difficult. But I'm probably gonna have Bryce doing most of my editing here soon. But this morning, woke up, got dressed. I'm gonna go to the gym this afternoon. Speaking of that, I'm gonna lose to Chris. As soon as I got off the 21-day standard process cleanse, I'm gonna do a podcast and talk about that soon. You know, as soon as you gain salt and water weight, I'm back to like 220, 219, 220. And I got down to about 214 and a half or so. So now I'm gonna have to slowly fight my way back to where, you know, my goal, which would be 205-ish, 205, 210. Another thing that has become quite a bit of work is getting everybody hired. So I'm hiring Chris, Ted, Bryce. I have my parents already. So this morning I scanned in Ted's I-9 W-4, sent to my my bookkeeper, and then we'll get Chris's information. So I'm going to send him that now. So this is all part of the gig. I'm gonna get his health insurance set up. He starts in a week and a half, something like that. So anyway, I'm gonna go over to the garage and work on that today and show you the chaos. I'm gonna shoot a video of the WRX, and I gotta get prepared, get the garage prepared, because I'm gonna be doing a red R8, V10 R8 on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm gonna be doing a full decon, correction, and protection. I'm going to be doing Crystal Serum Light, the G-Technic option. All right, so here's my macro function. Let's do yesterday's breakfast. So I had that. I'm hard looking through the camera here. I'm going to have an English muffin, 3 eggs, and some tablespoon of butter, and some paleo butter. I have some to put on the English muffin. So I'm doing a 20% deficit from my, I guess what would be my recommended standard caloric intake, which should be right around 3,000 calories. So I'm doing a 20% deficit to try to lose, you know, a couple of pounds a week. And I've got to stay strict. So anyway, I use MyFitnessPal. I have the premium version so that I can really analyze and dig into the macro and micronutrients. And then I'll probably watch an Adam LZ and Street Speed video while I'm doing this. Bottle caps. I've always got stuff I'm testing. Working on, you'll see when I get over to the garage, I'm working on the citrus wash and how I'm bottling that, and doing the Ghetto signature version, I'm calling it, until I can figure out, get down to Danger Brains and get my bottles dialed in. Getting ready to head out here and brushing my teeth. Just something occurred to me. I figured I'd grab the camera and do what every goofy vlogger does, and maybe I'll do a slow-mo of my toothbrush with some EDM. And I'm sitting here watching Mike's video, and it's like the most ridiculous thing. And thank goodness I live in Florida, because they don't give a crap about stuff like this. But you get pulled over for having bigger tires in your truck. Like, why? First of all, I get that it's a law. It's a stupid law. And it's one of those stupid laws that nobody really cares about. But then the cops pull them over. Like, just ignore it. It's the stupidest thing ever. It's like tint in Florida. I think, yeah. I mean, I've had it mentioned a couple of times. but no one's ever pulled me over for having a 35% tint or 20% tint on my side windows. But I seem to get pulled over all the time. It's the stupidest thing. Like, why do states have this ridiculous rules about, so you got bigger tires in your truck, I mean, what's gonna happen? We're gonna throw some mud up or something? Like, where do they even come up with these rules? I'm gonna get crazy today and wear my new ugly shoes, as Ryan calls them. Remember, these are like the JJ Watt, whatever, training, I don't know. They're not super comfortable, but let's try them out today. I don't think I've ever even worn them. I got them for Christmas. And the truck is a bit of a mess, but I'm gonna wash it. I always say tomorrow, and tomorrow usually turns into the next day. So I'm gonna do a wash video. I'll show you the new bumper, which looks really weird from here, but from here looks sick. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. And notice the gloss black grill is gone. But so from this angle, this is what sold me. It's amazing. I'll show you when we get over to the garage what it looks like, or maybe this afternoon. But we're gonna shoot the WRX video today, and so I got my GoPros. When I say video, I'm just gonna take it out for a spin. I'm gonna actually do a little work and maybe learn the specs of the car this time. But if you're ever wondering, when I shoot with GoPros, this is an Edutige ETM-008. You don't want the -001. You want the omnidirectional 008. And then I have Hero 6s, 2 of them, and you need the mic adapter. So one has the mic adapter, which I'll put on the window up like this. I'll show you later. The other one goes up on the windshield or the hood, depending on if it's dirty or not. This one, I won't put any kind of mic on, and I'll just use it to sync the audio, and then I'll mute that audio footage. This is my MacBook Pro, take that with me. My fan blew up. Ordered a new one, should be here tomorrow, I think. Let's see if it'll work. Yeah, no fan. And my timer's messed up, so time of day. It's 7:30 in the morning, so make sure my lights turn off. So I have my little setup here so that the lights shine under the car, hopefully keep the rodents out. But my fan has been running 24/7 for however long I've had this thing, year and a half or so, and it's holding up pretty well out here. It gets dirty, but it does okay. Well, I was just saying how this thing's holding up so well. I got a leak, so I'm gonna have to patch that. Shoot. Man, this is a crazy life I'm living. I think about how I would have done this doing both jobs, both the Obsessed Garage business, which has become I don't have enough time in the day to do, and then my job, my wealth management job. And so now I'm doing, I gotta put my seatbelt on, things gonna start dinging at me. It's so amazing to be able to go and do whatever needs to be done, which is largely what I want to do. But don't mistake in it. If you want to do this and you want to make it your gig, and if you're fortunate enough that people are interested in what you're up to, which is really shocking to me, then you got to put in the work, man. It's full time, all day, every day, always doing something. I've got to get on the phone. I've got to make some calls. I'm gonna be working on bottles and working on you'll see all kinds of stuff. It's nonstop, all day, every day, from the time I wake up until the time I go to sleep. And I never really understood workaholism until now. Now I love what I'm doing, and I liked doing what I was doing before, but this is just pure passion, and so it's hard to shut off. At least it's hard for me to shut off, which is part of the reason why I think it will work. But also, I need to be careful not to run myself into the ground. So we're going to go over and look through the disaster that I've got to get set up. You know, my parents just haven't had time to knock this out. And plus, I don't have any room, so I gotta make some room for all this stuff. So I'm gonna be moving some stuff around here to get some room on the shelves. I'm gonna make the call today to get the other shelf ordered, so I'm gonna get another set of shelves. And then I've got to start working on figuring out what I'm gonna do in the garage, because my detailing lift area is going to have to get sacrificed here really shortly. So does that mean I build like a little 2-car garage at my house? I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. What I don't want to do is I don't want to build my massive garage, because I don't know if I'm going to be here forever. I don't know where we'll end up, where HQ will be, but I think it's you know, again, it's something I don't want to build a $300,000 garage at my house that, you know, I'm not going to be able to sell. You know, so what I might do is build a smaller garage, and then, you know, see what happens, and then build it so that it's modular, so that I can add on to it. So who knows? But you'll see in a second here what I'm up against. You know, OG continues to grow, and I have so many products that I'm coming out with that I need space to put them. And then when we have these rushes of, we don't have any wands, and then we've got 200 wands and guns to build and then ship them out, it's just chaos. And you'll also see that I need to step in at times and do the work. And so, my parents are machines, but they need help. And so I'd mentioned earlier, I hired Ted as a part-timer. He'll probably be full-time here shortly. And then Chris is going to come in and help insulate me a bit, help keep me on track. I'm finding myself for the first time in my life, like I missed a few appointments, like I didn't put it on the calendar, and then I didn't show up when I was supposed to show up for an appointment with UPS, and so that's starting to happen. So I need some structure. I have structure, but I need help with that structure. We also have a huge task in international shipping. I've got it figured out, the system that we're going to do. So those of you that are overseas, we're going to be able to ship pretty much anything outside of the really, really heavy stuff that just isn't practical. But we're going to have an interface where we're going to be able to collect duties and taxes, so you'll know what your landed cost is, and I think that's going to be really, really great. So that's coming up. That's a huge project that Chris is going to have to work on. I've also got to get a purchase order system in place, because I have all these outstanding purchases, and it's become too big to track on a simple spreadsheet. There's too many things going and coming that I really need a system to help track this. And I'm sure you're shocked that I don't have one yet, but unless you've done something like this, it's hard to understand how much has to be done in order to do it at the level that I'm hoping to do it. And so, some of you that are in business and have have an order flow or are buying things in quantity, you've developed that process over years, and I'm having to develop it and make it work with the platform that I'm using. Dang it, man, look how good that thing looks. The height, the leveling kit in the rear. I'm going to shoot a video with all the stuff and explain it. It's a RPG Stage 3, new bump stop. We have the Devers +3, so we gained 1 inch in the rear, gained 2 1/4 in the front, and then again, this is the weird angle, but then this angle is pretty sick. So it's a love it or hate it thing. I'm kind of in between, but look how cool that looks. I think that looks awesome. It would be cool to do some new lower control arms that were black. The truck looks pretty sick. I know the bumper is a love it hate it thing. I'm still torn. Actually, it's not as bad as I was thinking, but here's what I'm up against. I gotta figure out where to put all this P&S stuff. Gotta figure out where to put all our foam cannons, our extra foam cannons. Here's the P&S. speed maker bottles. And there's our citrus wash that I've got to get out of those 55-gallon drums. Here's the bottles that we're going to put it in. HPDE 32 ounce, semi-squeezable. Again, I wanted to do Nalgene, but it's just not practical. The lids are too funky. So I was looking at the difference between white and wherever the black ones are. All kinds of lids everywhere. I think this is the new smaller shelf for the packing station. So I'm going to unbox all this stuff. Got another cabinet. The one got lost and they sent me another one, and so now I have two of them, and that's the that thing right there, the drawers that I've got to use this for something. Maybe I'll use this for my kiosk. We're gonna do people that come in and buy stuff, whatever you call that thing. What's this? Oh, perfect finish. Some orders Dad already has ready to go. Spill over from yesterday. I got to get this cleaned out for they're going to be doing the R8. It's got all kinds of orders staged from yesterday to ship out. Gosh, I just got random, 5 nanos just chilling. So we've got to come over here on the shelves and figure this out. So here it is, the ghetto signature version I'm working on. So I just wanted to see, I bought a bunch of markers to see, what would I do, how would I write it on there. The reason I'm doing this, one, you think it's kind of funny, kind of cool. But the reason I'm doing it this way is I don't have labels yet, and I've got 200 gallons and I've got 400 emails of people beating me up. So it's going to look like this. I found an oil base, sort of paint marker that works. And then I got some Avery labels, right? And so I got some Avery labels, and for those of you engineers, if you're freaking out, I've got all the, all the keep out of reach and don't drink it sort of thing. Anyway, things bothering me. I've got blue lids and black tops, but this is what we got. Unless you want to wait another month while I figure this out, this is how it's going to go. And so the pump should come tomorrow, so we're going to start figuring out how to pump it out of gallons into these. Here's bottle number 1. So I decided to number it. We'll see how it goes. There's the the original bottle. Someone's in here messing with it. I bought 15 different types of markers and labels. So let's get my Mac set up. My desk, it's 12 weeks now. I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm waiting to put 4K monitors, but I'm going to get my desk set up. There's my 43-inch monitor on the cantilever bracket, which is going to be pretty cool. You'll like it when you see it all set up. Right now, it's just a temporary mess. So here's the markers that I'm using for the bottles, for the citrus wash. So I'm hoping to have that bottled this weekend, but best laid plans. And then I'm doing these clear labels. These are some Avery 22. So I'm working through my emails. I really don't have that many, which is good, so I can get started. I'm going to go out and build some wands and guns for my dad, so they can keep moving, and then we're going to figure out where to put all that P&S stuff. I've got to order some more bucket fillers. So despite everybody yelling at me, or not everybody, but some people yelling about how it's too expensive, I've got to order more of them because I'm almost out of them, and I got to pay my coach. I signed up my dad and Chris to go through, which is a huge investment. It makes me nervous when I do this kind of stuff, but I'm putting them through a 12-week course with I guess you'd call it executives. I know, or not executive level yet, but you know what I'm saying. We're putting them through so they can go through a similar experience as the number 2s, as the executives for the business. So I've got to call Uline. I've got to call the shelf company to order another shelf. I'll show you what we're going to do with that here in a little bit, and before I even get rolling. Let's see, and whatever other else people need from me. We've also got to get I've got to box up some piping packages because I think we shipped the last one I had pre-put together, so I need to make sure I have all the products for that to get those prepared for when the custom install stuff comes in. So I've sold through all of I think I had 40 packages. I've sold through all of those. It's been pretty incredible to see how this has happened and how quickly things go and people are really responding to what we're doing here. But it's awesome. So here's my temporary setup until I get everything, get my desk. But I got my MacBook Pro. That's the 2017 MacBook Pro. It's going to be a stinger, but I'm going to order the new MacBook here today. I'm going to have to give Chris this one, and I've got my other one out in the shipping area, and so I'm going to have to get a new one, and then I'll probably sell this monitor. So this is the original Thunderbolt display, the Thunderbolt 2. So I have the original box for it, so I guess if you want it, hit me up in a few months, not today, but in a few months, because I won't remember. So I'll probably sell it. This is an awesome monitor, and I've only used it off and on, but because I've transitioned to different systems. I have the LG 5K at my house, but tell me this isn't going to be cool. An awesome setup when I have the desk that comes over here. The only problem is this is going to be Chris's office because I'm going to have to do something else and build an office at my house or something. Alright, that was easy. Uline is fixed. Now getting all these Prevost invoices. I save all the invoices in a single file, like the year, and I date it. So I have a Prevost invoice today, so I'll date that 08/16. And then whatever the title is, I'll put that in the description. But Uline had a set up on a credit line. I don't know why. It must not have checked off the credit card, so I got that fixed. Shipping and dimensions are always the hardest thing. This is the product that I use on Shopify. It's called Boxify, but I've had to create a custom version of the inlet hose so that I could help a guy out. So I had to create the product, create the dimensions, create the weight, and next up I'll create a draft invoice and send it to him. Alright, so we're going to building some wands. It's a never-ending battle of building. And there's some hoses that we'll probably have to build as well. Yep. And I have to build some guns and some foam cans, so I'm going to step in here and help out.
We need more bags.
We're getting fast at this. Took me 8 minutes to do that. Just torquing these ends on. These ends have already been torqued. So now we need to heat them and put them back in. Put them back in the water to pull these over. Alright, cranking through some guns. Put them up here in the vise like so. Way easier than the way I was doing it before. The generic pump, the metal pump, the backup pump showed up. So drop everything. Let's start bottling. This is the hand pump. Are we gonna hand pump 200 gallons? Now tape and torque the end of the hose. I was just sending these out unassembled, but then people can't figure out how to do this right, and they're having the leaking issues. And I think a lot of it is just because you got to torque it. You got to man up. So now I tape and torque them, and by I mean my dad. Right now I'm doing a couple of things just to get it done. All right, now we got foam cannons. I'm pretty sure we're the only ones on the planet that take these things apart, take out the junk you don't need, put it in the way it needs to be put together. And then on the Krensla packages, I haven't changed the pricing on them because I pull the 1.1 millimeter orifice out. A couple of reasons there. One, I don't want you putting that in there and messing up your Krensla, trying to get a little bit more foam out of it. We're already at the limit on the 1.25 millimeter. And then these, we'll do other ones for anytime you buy a gun package. I don't install the 1/4 inch plugs, because depending on your pressure washer, you might need to swap out the orifice, and if we put it in there, then people can't figure out how to get it out, and so the better thing is to just not even put it on. And so same thing here. I'll put a 19 mil on here and then a 14 mil, and we'll torque down the fittings. All right, so the foam cannon comes like this. What we do is take this junk, throw it away, because all it does is confuse people. I take this out for the Krenzels, which is the 1.1 millimeter orifice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our stainless plug. Alright, I'm going to take this, put it in here. Correction, this is a 19 millimeter. So we'll take this, put it in the vise. Take our foam cannon, like so. And torque this. And you get some fancy air ratchets to make this quicker. And then the little MTM Hydro insignia always face up. Just like to match up the flats. In this case, do my best to get the flat Hydro at the top. See it? So that's flat. And I put it back in the box. Tape it up, ship it out. Alright, so this is how we do this. We take our printed invoice, tape it to the boxes, and then we have our station here, put it on the scale, ship it out. So we're using ShipStation on this screen, Shopify on the other screen. Pretty much all this goes through ShipStation, where we're kind of working through orders one at a time. So I'm going to crank through some of these so they can finish packing up the orders, and then we're going to deal with this mess. I'm going to deal with that mess over there. So this is complete insanity that I just got off the phone with probably the 25th bottle company, trying to deal with this, find a distributor, trying to deal with a bottle manufacturer. Every one of them has 5 or 10 or 20 or 50,000 bottle minimums. I mean, how many companies are buying 50,000 bottles? And then no one calls you back. I always have to call them back. And then it's just amazing. Now I know why all these detailing companies do crappy bottles and sprayers, is because there's no one to call. There's no one to talk to. That's another industry we can take over by just making it simpler. I mean, make a good website, show people what you can do, and then give them a price. There's all this super secret goofiness to this whole gosh darn industry. I'm just trying to, how can you search to the ends of the internet and not figure out how to do this? Another thing, craft tape. This guy's like, well, what are you? And I called them and says, here's what I'd like to do. And then they're asking me all these ridiculous jargon questions. They make it so hard to buy. This is how I know I'm really onto something, and that to take something that's hard to buy and make it simple. How hard is that? So anyway, I just after going out and helping to assemble, I've been in here dealing with some emails of people that's never ending, and a lot of them are great. Hey, I love watching your videos. What should I do for the SG28? What should I do for this or that? That's always great. But then when you get an email from somebody you're trying to buy their stuff, like I'm literally attempting to give them thousands of dollars, and they make it so difficult that, this is the 7th email. Say, hey, I'm hoping to design some craft tape. Here are my my EPS files. What are you looking for? Some suggestions. And there's 47 questions. Instead of saying here are the things that you need to know that clearly you don't. Anyway, sorry for that rant. It's just freaking stupid. It is insane how much of this the quick disconnects we roll through. It's thousands, tens of thousands of them. So anyway, I'm just putting all these. I'm going to take these shelves and reorganize them because I need to find some room to put the bead maker. So I'm going to move some other stuff over here, I think, and figure out how to jam this tighter. So I was over there organizing the shelf, and I got a call. Hey, I need another hose reel. So we get it out. So I'm over here chasing this rabbit hole, trying to find some space. If you need a Stowflex or Erica hose, I have great intentions to get these up. I got to get them up in the store, but just, you know, it's funny. I had 20 of these hose reels, and I only have one left. That's the air hose reel, and I haven't even put them up yet. That's so cool. Here's our bucket filler basic. So I'm going to move in all these over and consolidating here, which is probably stupid because I'll have more hoses coming. But I'm going to move these up top because we won't use these as much. But I think this is 70, 135. These are great hose for half the price. So I'm getting all this organized so that I can get the bead maker off the floor because I need room over there. You know, sometimes as the owner, you got to step in and do your thing, get your hands dirty. So I'm gonna keep cracking away at this and getting things organized. All right, I made a little bit of progress, but I'm on my 6th bottle company that I've talked to today because now I'm out of gallons. I can't get gallons. I only have 50 of them, but I need 125 of them just to put these in the container. I don't know what the heck. It's like I can't win. And I've gotta order some more of these, I guess, here right now. So. Shoot. Anyway, I'm working on it. Shelly?
I have to go to the post office. I can just bring my mail here.
Oh no, you don't accept.
Are you gonna come do some work?
Yep.
I'm gonna give you some jobs.
What do you want me to do? What are you videoing today?
Vlogging my disaster of a life. Used to be highly organized and now complete chaos. I'm running home to get some lunch because I'm about to pass out. Starving.
Did you get new shoes?
No. Trying out my ugly shoes, as Ryan calls them.
Your shins are still bloody?
Yep. Sweet. 4K in a box. Gotta unbox this, but I gotta eat first. I'm starving. Alright, so I'm gonna give it another go. I've done some more research on the Peak Design bag. I had to make some adjustments to the straps, but I ordered a bigger one. Just ordered a little different color. I mainly wanted this. I thought this was cool. I have this in red. I might make a whole video on this. Here, the goal at some point is to put a G on here and have an Obsessed Garage version of this bag. And then we have my 4K Panasonic. This is the XLR1, which is the XLR microphone adapter. So our audio is going to be improved. And then these Eneloop Pro batteries are awesome. So I had to get some more of these for rechargeables for the microphones. It's cool. I don't know why I didn't consider getting a 3/4 camera forever. Like a GH5. See, this camera is different than others because you can do this. You know, most of them don't have a flip out screen. You know, that's why the G7X that we're shooting on right now is so great, because you can flip the screen up and see yourself.
Well, what's funny about that is when you're doing that, everybody can tell you're looking at yourself.
I know.
Because all of a sudden your eyes shift up to the top of the camera.
Well, you have to try, I have to do better at
The
that.
kids are the worst whenever they're on camera. They're staring at themselves the whole time.
I have to do better. So I got, what, 2 extra batteries, battery grip. I think the battery life on this is really great, so.
So today's Christmas morning for you again?
This is for business.
Why are you smiling?
It's fun business. We can call this business. And we got the 12 to 35 millimeter f2.8. So I think a lot of my product photos, just to keep things simple, because a lot of times I'll be shooting video and doing product stuff. Certainly not Canon L series feel.
It's so little.
Well, that's what I want. I want some monster.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to yank this thing off. I want that on there.
Gosh, you can't leave something alone for 5 minutes. You're modifying it already.
Oh yeah, that's super light. Anything thinks I gotta learn the whole using a whole new interface. August 16th. check this thing out. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but we've got my peak design bag, right? And then we've got the little holder here. So theoretically I push the button and it slides out. I guess maybe I have to break it in or something. But you take this, there's this little clip here. I can snap the camera in. I'm gonna play with, I don't know, when I'm traveling, you know, the battery grip might not be as good to have. So this is not gonna really fly. Having to carry this thing around like this, it's gonna be a lot of work. So I'm gonna look for Rode has a really small mic, which I might use for a little bit of vlogging that I'm doing. Dude, I wanna put this camera away. I've been playing with this. Oh man, the video is gonna be so good. Wait till I learn how to edit. So now I figured out what I was doing wrong on my clip, right? So I have it clipped in. I'm gonna probably get a smaller mic so I don't look like a total tool. And so what you do is you press the button, release, and then let go, and then it comes off. Oops. What am I doing? Pull it off crooked. So I pull the button and then it comes straight off. So you just kind of press to release it. I was holding on to the button and then that locked it in. So I just press to release it and then let go and then it comes off. Put it right back in place. Boom. And then having the cross strap makes it so that it doesn't flop around, and it'll also help when I have stuff in the bag. That's cool. So when I'm doing lots of traveling, or let's say I'm at SEMA, I can walk around with this in my bag hopefully, and then I can capture footage. And then of course I'll have the G7X times when I need something simple. The other good news is I figured out what these bottles are. There's a mold number on the bottom of it, so I figured out what these are, and I think I know where to source them. So this is a little bit different size or different type of bottle than what we had with the Chemical Guys thing. And I've also found a little bit even better version of these tops. And so we're gonna be in good shape here to create at least bottles, maybe not for spraying, but these bottles will be great for shampoo. So the idea here is I can go right from backpack with the same base plate. You know, I normally want a fluid head for when I'm shooting, but for traveling, I'm gonna make an exception here. So just leave this in place all the time. So you gotta do it like this. There we go, so now we're latched in, and then we can just loosen up our ball head and position it quickly. Because most of the time when I'm gonna get the tripod out, it's gonna be because I'm capturing myself on camera, right? Not super high, but the idea behind this tripod is that I'm I want it to be really, really lightweight so I can take it wherever, set up the camera, do one of these, and talk to it, right? So that's max height, which I think will work, and I'll just step back a little bit from the camera. That's gonna be good. Dude, this thing is insanely lightweight. It's like 3 pounds and a couple of ounces, which is great for traveling. And then the head here is actually rounded out so that it fits inside of itself. But you can basically take a leg or two. I think we might be able to fit 2 legs in here. Let's see. Side, there are a bunch of straps and things which I'll figure out a little later how this will fit. The premise here is to make this so I don't need a special bag just to take my tripod. And even though it's sitting off the side here, there's a strap in the bag here. Yeah, this is called a TK round. So here's the bottle that we have. We're going to be using temporarily until I can hopefully source these. And I'm going to do a cap that's blue, similar. But anyway, we're making progress. Ted's here building guns. We're caught up. What do you think, Ted? You want this to be the next 20 years of your life? Sitting here making guns? Come on. All right, so I'm gonna go over here and play with this this pump and see if I can get this liquid to go in the gallon. First, I gotta figure out how to get the darn thing open. That's step one. I'll be cutting a hole with a hole saw in this. There's clearly a special tool that's required that we certainly don't have. So I didn't put that on the list. But first I'm going to clear out some space. Get this PNS stuff on a shelf somewhere. Alright, so good news, we're going to get it open. And here's my temporary pump. Alright.
Stressed. He's very
God.
Ted, go see.
So the good news is we're going to be able to get this out of these containers. The bad news is somebody's going to have to sit here and pump this. Oh shoot. Now what?
Gotta have a bucket underneath to catch it, because it doesn't shut off.
Crap. Help me out. Get me something.
What?
I'm running out. I'm wasting.
Oh no, I gotta record this. I'm
This is
sorry.
dollars of stuff.
Sorry, I'm recording this. I can't do nothing.
Get the lid off this bucket. Here.
Are you cool with being on the vlog today?
Oh,
Here, put this up. You want to be famous?
So Ruben he's literally getting number 1, or this is number 3, but I'm holding on to number 1 and number 2 back there, but he saw me pump it out of the container for the first time.
Yep.
So one of the things that I've always hoped is that we could have a place where people could come up and check out the stuff, right? And so he drove up from Brandon, Florida, which is like an hour and a half, something like that, down on the west coast of Florida. And so we have the ability to have people come and check it out, hang out, learn about some stuff. And the good news is I always end up selling them more crap than they were planning on buying.
Yeah, pretty much. But hey, you gotta learn sometime, right?
That's the way I do it.
You gotta get your feet wet.
Thanks for coming by. It's a whole lot of bead maker there. Those are the gallons. We gotta get the pints. I'm gonna take them, put them back there so we can clean up the shelves a little bit. Consolidate. Well, I'm going to be putting stickers on the bottle so we can start pumping it. The bottles. Let's do the 32 ounce first. All right, we're making progress on bottles. I've been on the phone all gosh darn afternoon working on that. Now I got to fill out. There's one company I found. But I got to fill out literally 6 forms to get set up to buy a few hundred bottles. And then I'm working on getting the labels printed, because now we're able to put that in bottles. So I got to get the bottles ready to go. So I'm going to build a little jig out of microfiber towels here to put these on. And I talked to Darby, who's one of my clothing specialists for shirts and stuff. So I want to do. There's a zip-up hoodie that I want to come out with, and I'm doing some more testing on the Peak Design bag. But I'd like to come out with an Obsessed Garage version of the Peak Design bag, I think. But I'm going to work on these bottles here for a little bit, and then I got to get to the gym. Holy moly, I think I went a little overboard on the bead maker purchase. You guys better buy some of this stuff. It looks like we sold a lot more of the bottles than the gallons, but good news is then you'll have to buy the gallon because you'll roll through the bottles. And then I got more Cox stuff coming probably Monday, so we're gonna fill up all this stuff. Made a little bit of progress today. All right, here we go. We're gonna do our first 31 bottles here. Well, I guess I already did 1, but so this will be our first 32 bottles. Take this hand pump and see what happens. Pull this down. Oh, only a little drop. Shoot. Yeah, doing this manually for 300 bottles is gonna be pretty brutal. How many bottles we got, Ted?
4.
Shoot. This pump works pretty well, though. So sorry to you people who are getting this. This is not an exact science here. We're just this is good enough bottling. Am I putting too much in these bottles? I mean, we can always squeeze it out, but
no, they're all about the same.
Alright. Got it. See, I think that's the amount we want, isn't it?
Look pretty consistent.
Alright, so working on the gallons, working on the disclaimers nice and straight, no air bubbles. And then I'm doing the signing with the label on the front. Alright, so here's the gallons. I didn't plan on doing this, but got it through. Somehow I only have 49 gallons, so I must have lost one somewhere. I don't know what's up, but I'm not filling them tonight. It's 10 after 7. I got this day started at 7 in the morning, so about checked out. I'll go home and work on crap tonight. I guess I gotta edit this video. I haven't filled bottle number 1 yet. I'm wondering, should I do something, or should I just send the bottle number 1 to somebody who buys it? Or should I do something different with it to, like, I don't know, sell it for more? Anyway, the bottles are looking pretty sweet. So we'll do the gallons in the morning. And I only have 50 gallons, sure enough, and ran out. But I'll do the rest. I'll have a lot more of the 32 ouncers. So I've got 144 total bottles of this. I just ordered 300 more, so we'll see. Maybe what I'll probably do is when I hit the numbers, when I hit the 300 of these bottles, the smaller bottles, and when I hit the 125 of the gallons, and I'll stop signing them, I guess, in order to maintain some sort of integrity to this. But anyway, I'm heading home and go eat some dinner, and I gotta order that MacBook Pro today, so I'll share with you the spec that I'm gonna put together. Shoot, this would be really bad news. If the neighbor's got this dog, he's coming my way. Well, we might have a use for the zombie shovel here, because they got this dog that's sitting here barking at my door. Dog, out of here. See this shovel? I'm gonna shove it up your rear. I don't know whose dogs those are, but they're here at my house messing with me. I hope that's not the way it's gonna be, where they have frickin' stupid dogs barking at me every time I'm out in my house.
Here, we have to be quiet. We go inside because Katie Bell's asleep.
Katie Bell's sleeping already?
She said she was so tired at 6:30.
Oh man.
School is working her over. So I gave her a bath and tried to get her to bed before you guys got home.
Yeah. What are we eating for dinner?
Well, I have to.
Oh crap.
Grandma's
sandwiches?
Grandma's meatballs, veggies, and rice.
I don't want any of that.
Well, I got tortellini. You want that?
Shoot, I'm falling off the wagon. I'm so hungry.
I'm such an enabler.
Yes, you are.
I want you to
Junk.
be happy.
Yeah, happy when I'm 200, not 250. All right, so here's the MacBook Pro spec. I'm thinking I'm gonna order it tomorrow. I have to chew on these things for a little while because they're painful. All right, the cost of this, but I used my laptop more than any human, or very few humans do. So I'm on this thing probably 5 hours a day. So the real advantage for me now is the i9, the 6-core processor. This combined with the new, I forget what the new Radeon Pro 560X. So the new 15-inch can run 4 4K monitors, and in HQ's podcast studio, I have 3 4K monitors, the big 43 and then the other 2. So now I won't have to unplug anything to run it. So I'll be able to run all 3 monitors from the single laptop. So I'm going to do the i9 processor, 32 gigs of RAM, and the 1 terabyte SSD drive. So my 2017 MacBook Pro that Chris is going to use for HQ or for Obsessed Garage is flash, not SSD. So this thing is gonna fly. It's gonna be way faster than this iMac. But this is the the stinger. And then on Macs, I always do AppleCare and on my MacBook. Not on my iMac, but on my MacBook, I tend to buy AppleCare. And that's basically all that I need to run this thing. So anyway, that's the spec. So that's a little bit of a glimpse into what my day looks like. I didn't do anything car related like I normally do. That's that's been happening here and there. So I'm probably getting something done on a car, whether it's a video or something that I'm interested in doing. I'm guessing, you know, 3 days a week, 3 or 4 days a week. But I'm always getting to play with different things. Like, I really enjoy the process of, as much as I complained about it, the tracking down a bottle and calling places and just not giving in, right, and fighting the fight that's necessary in order to make this happen. And then, of course, the figuring out of, you know, how am I going to put it in a bottle? You know, we're putting it in the most crude, rudimentary way, and then, you know, it won't be long here. I'll be doing, before you know it, I'll have a line of sophisticated bottling bottling machines. So that's something that that I'm sure we'll have at some point if I keep doing this kind of thing. And really, I had no intention of doing this, but I couldn't get the product that I want. There's nothing else like it, and so now we're just gonna have to put it in our own bottles. So those are the breaks. That's the way it's got to be. So I'm making it happen. So, and it's kind of fun to do this little project of creating a signature bottle, and I think we'll all be able to look back, I hope, someday and say, you know, we either you bought one of them or you watched me, you know, put it together on this vlog, or you know, on Instagram, Facebook. I think that'd be pretty cool. So anyway, it's about 7:40. I do want to edit this and get this up tonight, so I don't want to, I'm going to be doing more work. I'll probably put another 4 hours of work in today, have some dinner, take a shower. I need to get a haircut. I'll probably cut my hair before I take a shower. I've got to follow up on some email stuff, and I'm sure I'll work on some product or something. The mini pad package should be coming out next week. I've got to get HQ ready to go because I'm going to be doing Eric's red V10R8 over the next Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tomorrow I have to go get the kids. Michelle's going to the beach with her friends, so I'm going to have to step it up. But we got a lot of work done with the Mosmatic guns and everything, so we got caught up on all the orders. We'll catch up on the Rupes orders from the Rupes event. That pallet, I've got several pallets coming on Monday, so we'll be able to catch up on this first time in a while. We placed another massive order with Mosmatic, where we only have maybe 175 wands left of the 500 that I just got. It's really incredible, and to see what we're doing with the limited resources that we have, people-wise. And you know, let's see what the store did today. I don't think anything crazy. A lot of times we get most of our sales at night. You know, I have 8,181 bucks. Let me just show you that. So that's today, 8,031 orders, which I'm sure we fulfilled, you know, quite a few of those already. But yeah, the store keeps clipping along, and you know, this is an average day, so we'll probably squeak out another 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on what people buy. $1,000 today, and so that's, you know, that's a success. It's pretty awesome. You know, we were getting, you know, 30 orders a month, and now I'm getting, you know, 30 orders a day, you know, to the tune of 8,000, and it's really satisfying to be able to fulfill that, to have the stuff, ship it out. Right, to get it to you. Krenz is always going to be slow until I have a massive warehouse where I can buy my own containers from them. It's, you know, they drop ship. Same thing with CR Spotless, but you know, at some point I'd like to take over all of that. So anyway, this is a glimpse into a day in the life. I'm sorry I didn't go do the WRX video. I promise I'm going to get that done. Probably not tomorrow now, because I got to go get the kiddos. And I didn't go to the gym today, which I normally would have. So Thursday's normally my optional rest day, and I've really been training pretty hard. I'm at 220 right now, 228.2, something like that, 219, 220. So I'm working to hope that I'm not going to beat Chris. He's going to beat me. So I'm going to have to do 500 burpees. I'm sure we'll capture that on a video here shortly. But anyway, thanks for walking or taking a day in the life with me. I'm going to do more of this stuff. This will, this plus more detail would be the vision I'd have for the specific vlog for the membership site. Again, I still want to do this stuff, all the normal stuff on the YouTube channel, but just add more detail, more stuff of more detail in my life and business, things like that. I think that that's where we can really connect, and where I may be able to provide some value, and just documenting the wins, the losses, and all of the stuff, the thought process along the way, and then I get to glean from you as you participate and create a community around it. So anyway, I'll probably order my Mac tonight. I don't know. I've been hemming and hawing. It's freaking really expensive, and I need it, and I just bought the darn camera too. That was expensive, all of that stuff. I haven't bought a whole heck of a lot in a while because of the whole transition to doing this full time, other than the stuff for the Obsessed Garage that I've been selling. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more vlog content. I'm about to give away all my XXL shirts to Chris because he's joining me in a couple of weeks to work for Obsessed Garage. So I'm not going back. I don't know about this whole macro-based thing. I don't really like macros. I'm probably going to switch to maybe do the Eating for Life program that I did for a while. But stay tuned for a podcast on what I did to get. So I guess I'm settling down about 13 pounds after this little challenge, and it got down to about 19 pounds. So somewhere around 13, 14 pounds down. I still have another 15 to go to get to where I want to get to. But anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more crazy and more crazy days of sharing you my 12 or 13 hour work day. So thanks for watching. See you soon. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.